Hi everyone, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about blood types before we move on to the respiratory system tomorrow. It's going to be really important that you take time to understand what's going on with blood types. So this diagram, which is in the reading from last week, is really good to see, and then there's another one that I'm going to show you in a second, which is over on my laptop, which is also really good, and I will include that for you. I'll add that to Google Classroom so you can access it. It's very similar to this. What I like about this one is how simple it is. It doesn't show you Rh factor, which is what determines whether a blood type is positive or negative, but it does show you type A, B, AB, and type O blood cells. And it shows them with their marker molecules on them. Let's just focus on blood type A for a second. Notice it has those marker molecules. Those are called antigens. And what they do is they have a tendency to clump with what we would call anti-A antibodies, which is why somebody with blood type A cannot receive blood from somebody who has blood type B, because blood type B has those anti-A antigens in their plasma, where it says clumping proteins. That's what we're talking about. That anti-A clumping protein is in the plasma of someone with blood type B. So if you were to receive blood from someone with blood type B and you had blood type A, that anti-A clumping protein would clump with the type A antigens and cause big problems, which could be fatal. Same thing with somebody with blood type B receiving blood from somebody who had blood type A. It would be problematic. Okay, so that's really important to know. Blood type AB has no clumping proteins. So blood type AB is like the universal receiver of blood. And then blood type O is the universal donor of blood. So imagine that your blood is being donated without plasma, okay? So those cells that come in, if you have type A and you receive type B blood cells, right? Red blood cells, and your blood has anti-B clumping proteins in it, those red blood cells from type B will clump in your blood and cause a problem. If you have type AB blood cells, and they're donated to one of these two types of blood, to somebody with those two types of blood, it's going to be problematic because they've got those antigens on their blood cells, and your blood either has type A or type B, so that's problematic. So type AB can't donate to anyone but other people who have type AB blood. Whereas type O, think of just the red blood cells being donated. They can donate to anybody. They're the universal donors because they don't have any of those antigens stuck on their blood cells. So the clumping proteins won't make a difference because it's just those cells without the antigens. Now, if you are type AB and you want to donate plasma, that's a good thing because you have no clumping proteins. And so type AB is considered the universal plasma donor, but they can't donate their blood cells to anybody except for other people with type AB blood. Okay? And Rh factor, which if you have the reading which I posted last week, that's on the next page. There's information about Rh factor. It kind of works the same way as type A and type B. There are clumping proteins for Rh factor, and that determines whether you have type A negative or type A positive. But it's less important than knowing these four blood types and their characteristics. Okay, the other diagram I wanted to show you that I'll find a way to share with you shows the exact same thing, but it uses these terms antibodies and antigens, which I really love. The antigens are those marker molecules that are stuck to the outside or stuck on your red blood cells. And the antibodies, those are the clumping proteins in the blood's plasma. Okay, that's a lot of information. It's about 5 minutes. We'll leave it at that. Let me know if you have any questions.